So today, a little different. What we're going to do, a fellow gym member at one of the gyms I go to, the scurry one, the Prodigy gym, the bodybuilder one. Um, I wanted to have a leg day with me, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Now, obviously, it's not like what I do is something treacherous, but it's something that kind of fits my needs over the longer term. However, it's like modest enough where I was like, dude, let's do it. And not only that, but as we go through things, I'll probably be correcting small little details in what he does. And I'll try to make a lot of the points that I make a bit more global so that a lot of you guys who are following along can pick up a tip or trick here and there. So, but yeah. Yeah, ready for this one. This one's going to be exciting. This one's going to be just a little different. And yeah, I love like teaching in person. And it's different to actually get your hands on someone and be able to, like, you know, make them do this, make them do that, and see things like live and in vivo. So let's get to it. Stop talking. Get to work.
That was food. That was food in my lip, just so you guys know. I'm definitely eating nowadays, and that's evidence. The face, too. Much more happier in the face these days. We had front squats to kick it off. And, you know, again, like more than anything, I wanted homie Ryan to basically leave with just some... When it came to the specific movements that we were doing on this way, and again, he was kind enough to follow what I was doing, I didn't want him to just leave with soreness, because I remember back in the day, every once in a while, I'd get a session in with the more experienced bodybuilders in my gym, and like the goal was to like kill ourselves, and all I really left with was like DOMs, but nothing that really added to my toolbox. So yeah, I wanted him to basically take a few things with him that he could apply to future sessions should he want to use these movements. So on the front squat, huge focus on this day was basically what we were looking at. So for me, what I do upon unracking it, I will find a focal point that is at eye level right there at the unrack, and I will try to keep my eyes there throughout the whole motion. See, when you get down to the bottom, sometimes it's, yeah, especially when you have a mirror, it's easy to kind of look down for a brief second, and then what happens is your elbows drop, your chest drops, and on a front squat, that is like straight up the kiss of death. So for me, focusing right there, keeping my eyes there, really helps me stay upright. And again, like it's a habit that I'm still trying to make a habit 100%, and that was our main focus on this lift. So he's going cross grip, and that's just simply because he doesn't really front squat. I do believe the front rack position is a whole lot more stable, but if you are not able to get into that position, you can do that. You can extend or make up for the lack of mobility in your shoulders and wrist with just using lifting straps. So there's a lot of good YouTube videos on how to do just that. But I was super pumped after this session because 315 for anything over 3 reps has never felt this easy. And the fact that we are like 3 months post show, it's like, wow, you still have a lot of off season to go. Just made me really optimistic about things. And again, we are running something that is pretty linear, pretty intermediate-ish in regards to what it's asking for in regards to progression. But no, after this, everything is going to have to slow down just a bit. Things are getting hard. Things are getting a little achy here and there. So the next block, we're definitely going to bump up the volume a bit. And when I say that, that doesn't mean adding an extra day or more sets per se, but more so just lowering intensity a little bit and just working with slightly higher rep ranges. And then, yeah, just basically charging it up some, and then hopefully over time that leads to new performance milestones. But so far so good, and it's like so early in this off season, so I'm super excited to just stay healthy and see where things end up as we go. But no, front squats were money. These felt super good. After this, we got into the hack squat, which I do on the days that I front squat. Thing about the hack squats is they're very demanding when it comes to your ankles and your knees, especially the knees. So if you have had issues with knees, I would almost say, you know what, you're probably better off using a leg press as your hungry hippo for volume post heavier squats. But no, he did fantastic on this one. I hit a really, this is a PR that I was after. So during the prep, 6 plates and a quarter on this contraption here. It flew for like 4, barely made it out of live reps, and I hit this for 8. The only, like, if I could be critical about this set, I was pumped about the performance, but it was just the fact that I was clustering things a little bit too much. And when I start to cluster, I guess you could say I get reps that I'm almost not ready for. I'm able to sneak in a few more reps. And I think clustering and taking your time and breathing, I think that's super appropriate for the lower rep ranges. But with the higher rep work, it makes it too easy for me to run myself into the ground. It's almost like a mile rep type of thing for me. So I think the next few weeks we're probably going to bring down the weight on this contraption and just basically work on keeping things more fluid and not clustering as much. Still super pleased with this performance. After this, we went over and we did some glute ham raises. I freaking love this, especially this model that we have here. It's very dude friendly if you can see the middle, so your parts fit in. But I also like the fact that where you put your feet, basically you can move it up a little bit so that there's just more tension at the end of the movement. Main focus on this one is to keep your glutes squeezed. Try to get into full hip extension, and then really only come down to the point where you're parallel to the ground. And this is how you get the most out of this contraption if the main reason you're doing it is hamstrings. So absolutely love this machine. Right now the hands are still to the sides. We haven't mastered this rep range with the form I want to use just yet, but eventually we'll have them like across, and then eventually when we get really good at this overhead, which again just makes the lever, which is your torso, a little bit longer. Well, not torso, but like the part of you that's hanging off the pad. So that was the focus with him today. He had never done it this way, so he did a very good job in trying to cue that in. You can see that I'm kind of telling him to bring his pubic bone and his sternum together. I think especially for like butt and hip awareness, that's one of the extra perks that you get with a GHR or doing it in this manner. Also some good calf work too. So that's why I don't do any bent leg calf raises because this kind of fits the bill for that. So a crap ton of calf work. So that was that day. Good time. Absolutely enjoyed playing teacher. And then homegirl. My girlfriend Leanna, she is having a stellar 2018 so far. For those of you guys who don't know, the past few years she's been dealing with knee issues, but we reworked a few kinks in her squat, and she's slowly but surely on her way to being stronger than ever, which is super exciting for me. I can't wait for her to get on the platform. Neither can she, but we can wait. We're being very patient with this, and we're just making sure that on especially that squat, and this is why we're doing trap bar deadlifts with her. It's simply because it just saves her whole system a bit more for those squats, which again over the last few years that has been the issue. We just haven't been able to squat comfortably. So super pumped about that. She's having a great 2018. This is me on the trap bar deadlifts. I remember a few weeks ago I did the four plates and a quarter, and kind of misgrooved it, and ever since then like my back hasn't been 100%, so I haven't been pushing it. But this is probably the heaviest I've gone on this contraption with the form I want since I started using this. I still don't like my head position. I need to focus on something maybe about 6-8 feet away, keep it there. And And I think just that'll will definitely make it easier for me to keep just my spine in the alignment I'm looking for. So check out the grip though, no thumbs. I personally find this a lot more comfortable. I used to be like a total like grip Nazi back in the day. And my rule used to be, if you can't grip it, you can't lift it. But then eventually I'm like, hold up, like my hands are kind of limiting the what I can do, especially for my back movements. So yeah, I eventually started using straps, but nevertheless, I still have a pretty good grip even after all these years of using lifting straps. So one day I hack squat, and then the other day I use this thing, the DeLorean leg press, the Hammer Strength. It's actually the Hammer Strength unilateral leg press, and this thing is feeling super, super awesome. So no, I can't wait to really progress on this one. I stopped using it a few months back, but I'm oddly enough, I'm almost right back to where I was before I ditched it. So again, more than anything, this leg of my very young off season is more so in place to just kind of regenerate the very little that I actually lost during the contest prep. And just build some good momentum going forward. And I think so far we've been very, very successful at doing just that. But yeah, so this week was again like a pretty good build-up week. I probably sandbagged a few things because the final week of this block, I really wanted to get after it, and I really wanted to hit some PRs, and I wanted to come in healthy. So again, we cruised a little bit, especially on the big movement. So played it safe so I can really go ham, as they say, this upcoming week. Little trick of the trade here. So if you are doing a seated leg curl, what makes this, I guess, novel is the fact that you get to flex your knee while your hips are in a flex position. So what I do is I kind of lean forward even more to create more hip flexion, and the feel is totally different. Really awesome feel. This is how I feel I get the most out of this angle. So give it a try. For some people, the in range of this movement is just is too much on the hamstrings in regards to stretch. But for me, it feels lovely. And when I do my seated hamstring curls, this is generally how I do them. So give them a try if this is in your program, and you'll definitely notice a difference in regards to what you get from this angle. But yeah, this is, I guess, the preview for this upcoming PR week. This was today, so I still have a few more lifts where I'm really going to try to go hard. I had huge hopes for the dumbbell press, but you know what? I'm just still not 100% confident with that. This was my last acclimation set. I wanted to go for 120s and finally get those 6s. That didn't happen, but I got the 115s for a really clean set of 6. Everything looked really good. I loved the last rep. The third rep on this one was the only one that was kind of and that's just because I kind of rushed it. I guess I got excited and I was like, you know what, this feels pretty good, and that's exactly why that happened. So anyhow, I got 6 reps with 115. Given the fact that I'm still in the mid 170s, really pleased with that. And yeah, my pressing the next like 10 or so pounds, basically the rest of this year, it's really going to take off. So super excited to get rolling with that. A lot of excitement, right? If there is one thing that's kind of a bummer, my left lat has been just a little tight. Nothing overwhelming, but on this thing, I really wanted to do something new, as it is my main lat movement. This is again like I'm replacing my pull downs with this instead, just to see what happens. So basically for back, I'm doing the pullover and I'm doing some rowing. So just I've never done it this way. I want to see if there's something there for me. I mean, I love pull downs and I do feel them, but not the way I feel this machine. Like nothing absolutely wrecks my lats and triceps the way this does. So this is it. This is what I have for you guys this week. It's kind of a momentum builder week, but hopefully by the time next week is done, we will have we can look back and say like we definitely milk this block for all it's got. But yes, that is it. I'll leave it at that. I'm gonna go rest up, go eat, and hopefully I'll bring home some gold come next week.
I could have done 2 more, but it would have fucked me up. It's like just tight